I was thinking the other day as I was talking to my niece. Elf on the Shelf sucks.
Just two bros.
I do want to preface this by saying that if your kids are watching, it's up to you if you want them to continue. I don't want to be held responsible for this. But my brother happens to feel very different about the Elf on the Shelf than I do.
I wouldn't say I feel very different.
Yeah, you feel very different.
I just think it's a nice thing for children. Keeps them in check.
Keeps them in check. Keeps them in check. Keeps them in check. Keeps them in check.
A nice thing for children.
You know?
So my first concern with Elf on the Shelf was that it didn't seem to be an equal opportunity employer.
I didn't know you had elves working here.
I saw a bunch of males on the front, and I didn't see any women, but then I was told that the males and the women kind of look the same. And they are very much just the same, and actually I believe the way that you make the elf a female is that you just kind of dress it different.
Yeah, that's 100% accurate, actually.
Okay,
It's the same person, they just added
Same
like...
person. The first thing, as I mentioned before, was about equal opportunity employers. Who's employing these elves?
Does Santa know that you left the workshop?
Parents.
The parents?
The parents are.
Okay, so the parents are employing the elves. The elves are... Who are they getting paid by?
They also don't get paid. They get paid with love.
Well, then I don't want anything to do with them.
Well, you're not going to be getting any money from them, so it doesn't matter. They just keep the kids occupied.
How do they keep a kid occupied if they just sit there and can't touch them?
Sure. No, but the whole purpose of Elf on the Shelf, from what I understand, from what Michelle's told me, is that they're keeping an eye out on the children all day, every day for Santa. So you're not supposed to act out when you're around this little guy because he will see it. And then at night, he apparently goes back to the North Pole, whispers in Santa's ear that the kid was up to no good, and then runs back in the middle of the night. Parents wake up and they position him like taking a dump on the toilet or drinking water out of the sink.
I see all the pictures all over social media with the parents. You know, there's this big one about the elf, like, fucking with a banana. I think that's really weird. I don't understand it.
I haven't seen that one.
There's another one where, you know, he, like, spilled something on the ground.
I've seen
or
that.
she or she spilled something on the ground. So, does the kid wake up in the morning and is like, hey, this elf did this? And what?
Well, it's supposed to give the elf life. It's supposed to make the kids think, like, oh, man, this guy's actually real. And kids are dumb, so they don't know.
So you're saying kids are dumb?
I mean, kids aren't... They're not dumb, they're just naive and stupid.
Okay. So, alright. Equal opportunity employer.
Well, here's the thing. They are equal opportunity, let me tell you why.
Okay, give it to me.
ElfOnTheShelf.com. And it's not... You don't buy one of these things, you adopt it.
You adopt them?
You adopt them. They're Santa's little helpers. You adopt them, you bring them into your home, they keep an eye on the kids, they report to Santa every single night.
So you don't pay them?
They don't... I don't know where you got this idea that you get paid for having them. You don't go adopt a kid from China and get paid each month.
Like, what kind of family will adopt me?
In your 4 years, how many adoptions have you had?
We've not had any adoptions.
CCAI, the world's largest China-focused adoption agency, has placed nearly 12,000 kids with U.S. families.
Actually, you may, depending.
Yeah, you very highly
probably
could
do.
that. So, alright, so you adopt it.
Real quick, but back to my point. I didn't even get to
Go
that
ahead.
point. They are very equal. They have light skin. They have a man and a woman light skin, which are as pale as me, which is fucking pale. They also have a dark skin boy and girl elf plushie pal.
Okay.
So, I mean, we're talking about men, women, light skin, dark skin.
What about Asians?
That's not a thing. It's proven that there's no Asian
I don't know what
elves
you to do with it.
in the North
I
Pole.
love Asian people. Okay. Alright. So you're kind of debunking my equal opportunity employer thing.
Yeah, there's little boys,
To an
girls,
extent.
clothes,
To
everything.
an extent. My next thing is, and all the kids now want them, right?
Yeah.
So they go home.
That's
Some
the whole
parents
point.
don't have any money.
They're $12.95.
They're not $12.95.
Yes, they are. They're $12.95. You adopt them for $12.95.
But even if I couldn't afford $12.95, now I have a daughter coming home saying I want Elf on the Shelf.
like yelling at me.
All I'm saying is I want Elf on the Shelf.
Probably get it on sale on Amazon for $7.50.
The kid wants Elf on the Shelf.
Yeah.
What does Elf on the Shelf do for them?
Elf on the Shelf gives them holiday spirit.
Holiday spirit.
which we all need a little bit of today.
Okay. So we all need holiday spirit, and you get that by getting this elf that sits around
Yep.
and doesn't fucking do anything. So it does do things?
Oh no, it doesn't do anything. But what it does do is it brings
The joy. You've already said
it brings
Yeah.
the joy, and it brings imagination.
We all
Because
appreciate-
every day kids wake up, and it's fun for the parents to do, and it's fun for the kids to do, because they get to wake up, and they get to go, where's my elf? Oh, the elf's sitting in the bathroom today, playing with his little candy cane. Oh, the elf's watching...
Sit in the bathroom playing with his candy cane.
I don't know what these elves are up to. I mean, they think about it.
Do you want an elf coming into your house playing with his candy cane in your bathroom and have your children walk in on that? That does not sound
That's
great.
better than adopting an actual kid and finding him playing with his candy cane in the bathroom. I'd rather find a little elf playing with his candy cane. Okay? But, I mean, they only have 1 month where they're actually doing something.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think elves are doing with the other 11 months?
That's what I'm
They're
wondering.
jacking their little wieners off.
This is not going in the video.
This is 100% going in the video.
So I want to know something. Are you able to emulate the same thing that the elf on the shelf does? If I were to take your cute little body
That's a weird way.
and put it on top of the refrigerator in some weird position, would you be able to stay there all day until your mommy or daddy came home?
We're not talking about a real person here.
We're going to go buy one right now, and we're going to interview it.
AC Moore.
What are we doing here?
I'm true. We're here to buy Elf on the Shelf.
I thought you didn't buy them. I thought you...
You adopt them.
Adopt.
I adopt them for money. Pet, but you still have to buy it.
Adoption center?
Like, what kind of family will adopt me?
Here it is.
Alright, so I guess this is it. So, Elf on the Shelf musical game. That's not what I want. I just want an Elf on the Shelf.
$30.
Okay.
I told you they weren't $10.
There's a little black elf on the shelf. It's cute.
Oh, hold on. Let's take a look at him.
This is in Spanish.
So, hold on. So, it is an equal opportunity employer.
It is. It's actually been proven now.
All right.
There's
Okay,
a little
so-
bit of hair in there.
I'll nix that one off the list.
Yep, I got it. It's a big deal. Look, you can buy him a little raincoat with booties. There's actually an Elf Story movie. It's a DVD.
So then that brings up another problem.
It's a
Why do we
DVD
need
video.
to have a whole DVD for this?
That's something I can't answer.
Because it's fake.
No, it's real, dude.
These are real?
Yeah, they wouldn't sell plushies or something if it was fake. This is a female. You can tell she has earrings. It's pretty cool. And it says girl.
All right, new question. If this is a real person in here and he's going to go to the North Pole every night, then why does it have these salt sack things in there?
Yeah, that's what he eats.
It says do not eat on the package.
And there's a thing on back that says do not eat packet contains iron. What the fuck?
This is the elf's food. Do not eat his food.
So you believe that this is a small person inside of a box that goes to the North Pole every
I
day?
wouldn't put that on there if it wasn't. There's a nice long gray hair on this one. This is a boy. It says it right here.
Okay. All right, just a little update. I used to think that Elf on the Shelf was not an equal opportunity employer, but in fact, it's just racist. This one is Spanish, and it is in fact a dark-skinned person because no light-skinned person could be Spanish at all, right? There's no way that a black person could speak English either. So, in fact, it's just the most racist thing that you've ever seen. All right, so what is your theory now that you saw the box that the live elf comes in?
Is it on?
Yeah.
There's a little breathing hole in the box, which proves that it is alive. There's no need for a hole. The hole wasn't even near the elf, so it's not like stick your finger in this hole and push the elf's tummy or tickle it. No, it's a breathing hole. It's all part of the illusion that it's fake when really we know it's real.
All right, folks, you've heard it here. Brian believes wholeheartedly that little doll that we saw is actually a real person in there.
Midgets are shipped all over the U.S. It's proven.
My theory holds up way better because there's silica. There's silica in there. That's the food that they were given. I'm sorry.
You don't know what elves eat.
They don't eat silica. It says on there, don't eat.
What the fuck?
For human consumption, not for elves. They wouldn't have put 16 packs of silica in there if it wasn't for eating purposes.
That's true.
There's like 14 packs in there. There's no way that thing's that fucking moist that it needs 16 packs of silica.
Right. If anything, Elf on the Shelf company, maybe you could work on your packaging.
Yeah, the
silica
packaging
is a little ridiculous.
The packaging did fucking suck.
All right, so we just got back from AC Moore, where we scoped out the Elf on the Shelf situation. Now, my goal was to buy one of the Elf on the Shelves just to have a conversation with it, but I can't do that. And I can't do that because it's $29.99. And I'm sorry, but that's ridiculous. And the guy that likes Elf on the Shelf won't buy it either.
No, I didn't want to. Once again, we're not buying it, you're adopting one.
Like, what kind of family will adopt me?
So, let's be respectful. I'm not going to spend. I'm not.
Okay, so we
it's
weren't
like human trafficking.
We
I'm not gonna
weren't
spend
willing
$30.
to adopt a $29 elf. Okay, so conclusion is, it's complete garbage. He agrees with it.
I'd never agreed. I never agreed to that. I don't think it's complete garbage. It's just like I don't have a small child.
It's complete.
I'm not going to set it up for my wife, who's 23 years old. Anyway, you said you could just put my cute little body up somewhere. That's what you said.
Well, what I was saying about that is if you believe that they're real people inside this package, that's what you believe.
No,
and I think that's strange.
Not what I believe. That's what it's supposed to be. It's a little elf that sits there quietly, and then when the time is right, it busts through the front door, runs its little feet all the way to the North Pole, and tells Santa on you if you've been good or bad.
Okay, well, I don't know if you know this, but the North Pole is really far from here.
Then
So the logistics of how it goes back and forth every night are complete bullshit. Number one.
Yes.
Okay, you agree with that.
I mean, it's a toy, so.
So now you don't believe it's
flies.
a real person. Okay. Number two, definitely not equal opportunity employer.
I saw black, white, female, male. Some of them look like shins.
We saw that there's no such thing as a black elf
Who speaks
that
English.
speaks English. That's some bullshit. So, heaven forbid, like I said before, that a black person speaks English. I don't really understand that one. So, Elf on the Shelf, we're debunking you for two reasons. Silica? What the fuck? And people speak languages and don't have the same color.
That was super deep. I think that it brings joy to people, and that it's a fun thing for kids to do. Do I believe that this thing literally gets up in the middle of the night and opens your door somehow and runs to the North Pole or flies? I mean, I'm thinking he flies, but if I had to choose, I'd say he flies with magical fairy dust, but that's besides the point. No. Do I think it brings joy to the kids and maybe some weird-ass adults? Yes.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. I don't think this thing's real. I don't think I'm going to wake up in the middle of the
agree.
night and I'm going to find it humping, my lawn chair in my basement.
The biggest problem that I had with this
Was the cost.
was the cost.
But think about it. It's $30 and you get it for the rest of your life.
What if that elf is touching the child at night?
Then you need to adopt another elf.
Yeah, but is there like a jail for these elves? I mean, I don't want to talk about that. It's disgusting, but at the same time, like if this elf is doing crazy stuff.
I don't think the elf is touching kids.
We don't know because we don't know how it's getting to and from.
He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they raping everybody out here.
I don't think that, it's waking up in the middle of the night, going to Santa's workshop saying, hey, Lucy's been naughty. And Santa goes, hey, go teach her a lesson. And he comes back and starts touching her.
Okay.
Okay, that's a little weird. Now, my thing about candy canes, I think that little thing's wanking off its candy cane in the bathroom.
The candy cane thing is really strange. I'm not sure why you brought that up. The other thing we needed to figure out was, do elves eat silica? And in fact, we can't find any reference of that at all. So we're not sure what Elf on the Shelf is feeding their little elf employees, but we think that maybe you want to rethink that
It's the least expensive option.
He could have, like a beef lo mein or something.
He's going to have beef lo mein?
Yeah. Look, man,
Stupid silica.
not an enjoyable food. I don't know anybody that eats that shit.
See, the thing that people don't understand about elves, much like small people, is they sweat a hell of a lot. They're moist nonstop, and if you don't have those little silicon or silica, whatever the hell they are, packets in there with them, it can't absorb the moisture. And the last thing you want to do is reach your hand in that box and pull out a moist little elf.
I agree with that, actually.
If it's dripping like candy cane juice, that's not fun for anyone.
Actually, I 100% agree with that. You're turning me... Everything that you say is turning me towards believing in this Elf on the Shelf bullshit. But possibly, if the darker colored ones could speak English, I'd appreciate that. And you know what?
Agree.
Maybe even some of the light skinned ones could speak Spanish. That'd be cool too.
I just like how they're not, like, they don't call them Caucasian or black. It's literally light skin and dark skin.
Yeah, light skin and dark skin,
That's real
and
PC.
he or she. Yeah, they keep it basic. All right. Anyway,
That's what you call it.
I don't know what the fuck we got out of this episode.
Nothing.
And you probably aren't interested in watching anymore, but I promise they'll get better as they go along. Fuck off.
Okay, that's an awful way to finish the video. Fuck off.
You good?
Yes.
Yes.